Hey guys, Bigrat310 back with another ROH review, old school review. I know you guys hate these. You know, when Sanders did it, it was good because he went in order, but I'm kind of going out of order, so people really aren't liking it. But I promise you there's only 2 left, including this one. After this, I'll only do 1 more, and really I'm not going to buy any old school ROH duties for a while. For those who have talked to me on Skype, I'm getting pretty burnt out. Actually, I've been burnt out for like a month now. It's ridiculous. I somehow managed to watch the shows because I watch them few and far between. So I'm just trying to get through them. In fact, because I've been so late with this review, because I threw the draft and the follow-up videos to that, I've actually seen 3 shows. So I'm almost done to make the next set of reviews. I'll do this as quickly as I can, but I do not remember the matches that well because I saw these shows. One of these shows I saw almost 2 weeks ago. But hey, I'll give it a shot. Alright, so first we start with the Summer of Punk. I finally have seen every episode of Summer of Punk. And let's go with Escape from New York. I thought this was a great show. I really enjoyed it, top to bottom. It's a very fun show to sit through. It's probably the best Summer of Punk show, top to bottom. Not necessarily the best show, which in my opinion, I would have to say Redemption. Or, yeah, Redemption with, I guess, Death Before Dishonor 3 is a second. But this top to bottom is probably the most enjoyable. You actually had, in my opinion, probably the Carnage crew's best match ever. I have not seen any of their scramble cage matches. I heard half of them are god-awful. I heard one's really good, so I'm going to check that one out. But as for right now, a 3-star match. Yes. Pretty sure, I'm saying this is the best match they've ever put on that I've seen. A very good Joe Aries match. Very good. Really enjoyed that. A very good 4-quarter survivals. Really enjoyed that as well. Homicide Jay Lethal was a lot of fun, a lot of great spots, told a pretty good story. Cabana Nigel really brings the show down though. This was a European rules match. It was like 8 rounds. And the weird thing is, a round would you have to win 2 falls. That was how you won, 2 falls. Every time you got a fall, the round ended. And every time to get disqualified, you have to get 3 warnings. To do, hit someone in the balls, stuff like that. Every time you get a warning, the round would end. So you get a warning, round would end. Then someone would get a pin, round would end. And then eventually I think Nigel won. I think they both had 2 warnings each, and Nigel won 2 falls. It was really fucking complicated. 2.25 stars. Worst match of the show. Probably the worst match in either of these guys' careers, maybe. I don't know. I really thought it was that bad. But the main event is awesome. Punk and Roderick. I'm going to go up and say this is Roderick Strong's best match ever until the Bryan Danielson matches. By this point, I'm saying. Singles match. I thought this was an excellent match. Very good. Really made Roderick look really, really good. Fun match. Really enjoyed it. 4.25 stars. I would give the whole show an 8.5. You know, there's 3 matches that I would say are 3.75 or higher. A 3.5 star match. The Carnage crew's best match I've seen in a while. And a pretty shitty European rules match. It's just such an enjoyable show to sit through. I would easily give it 8.5 out of 10. Escape from New York. Next we get the Homecoming. In my opinion, this is the most underrated of all the Summer of Punk shows. Some say this is the 2nd worst behind Silent of Dishonor. While it probably still is, it's still a great show. I thought people are really underrating the opener. I thought it was a great 4-corner survival match. A very good. Possibly the best 4-corner survival I've ever seen, besides the one at Man Up. And besides the one at Final Battle 2007, which both of them I gave 3.75, I think. 4-corner survivals are best as openers, I guess, because this was all 3 of those matches were openers. The Carnage crew beat Whitmer, Jimmy Jacobs rematch. These guys didn't have the same amount of great chemistry they did in Escape from New York, but still, it was okay. The 6-man tag was good with Joe, Gibson, Homicide versus Rottweilers. Really enjoyed that match. Fast Eddie and Alex Shelley versus Aries and Strong. This is when Shelley officially turned and joined the embassy. I really loved his line before the match. I didn't sell out. I bought in. Thought that was really good. The street fight, I think, is really underrated. I do think it's very good. I think people are crapping a little too much on street. I have not seen their Glory by Honor match yet, but I really love this match. I had a lot of fun watching. I would give it 3.5 stars. Just needs to go a little longer. And the main event, I've heard a lot of people crap on this. Punk and Daniels. I thought it was great. Yeah, maybe they didn't do so much like in the first 40 minutes, but I thought they did enough. They told a pretty good story. Punk worked over Daniels' neck quite nicely. Daniels worked over Punk's, God, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was his arm, but I'm not sure. And then the last 15 minutes were very good. Fast-paced. I thought it was a great match. I really enjoyed it. Start to finish. While I do think Daniels is a bit overrated, I'll make a video on that later. Don't spike venom on me now. I do think that he's very fluid in the ring, and he's fun to watch. I will admit that. So I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I'd also give the show an 8. Fuck it. I thought it was really enjoyable from start to finish. Every match is at least good, with I guess one match being okay. Just a really enjoyable show to sit through. I had a lot of fun with it, so yeah, I'd give it an 8. No problems with that. Homecoming. Both of these shows are sold out. Next we got Punk, the Final Chapter. I think this is the second best Summer of Punk show. Purely because, actually yeah, I like this more than Death Before Dishonor maybe. Purely because of its probably importance, I would say. The 4 Corner Survival as the opener. Okay, I was wrong about them always being very good, but this was still fun. Rave and Aries was pretty good. The Joe and Lethal vs. King Homicide is the reason people know the show. It's on the Stars of Honor DVD. I really love it. Really, the brawl afterwards really bumps up this rating. Match was probably 3 3/4, but the brawl afterwards is so awesome. When Key does a double stomp to Jay Lethal on the floor of the gym, Joe throws like 20-something chairs at Homicide. The brawl, I'd have to add easily an extra half star to this match. 4 1/4 stars. I thought it was truly excellent. Just so much fun to watch. Whitmer and Jacobs versus Gibson and Spanky. I'll get to that rant on that later. Hardy versus Roderick was a great match. Second best match tonight. People say this really put Roderick in the main event. A lot of people crap on Matt Hardy. Really, Matt Hardy did everything he could to promote Ring of Honor. He gave them a plug on WWE television. So I don't know why. I guess the fans just didn't reject his style, reject what he represented. They hated Jeff. They hated Jeff. That's a great match. 4 stars. Punk and Cabana. I really enjoyed this. People said this match is hilarious. I really don't see that. I thought it was kind of funny in the beginning, but like really, it was not one of the funniest matches I've ever seen. I thought it was just a very good match. I'd give it 3 3/4. Cabana, because Cabana got really serious like after the first 5 minutes. I mean 10 minutes. So whatever. I'll give the show an 8.75. You know, has 3 great matches. Punk's promo. You know, just the whole Punk's entrance. Everything makes this show just great. Purely also the culmination of the summer of Punk. Punk leaving Ring of Honor, all coming to an end. You have to give it an 8.75. I don't see how you can't. Yeah, so Punk, the Final Chapter. I do recommend it. Next we get Night of the Grudges 2. This is the show right after Punk, the Final Chapter, so I thought I'd throw this in here. This show is good, not great. I think people are really crapping on it a little too much. I mean, I enjoyed pretty much every match. I thought the opener was okay for what it was. You know, it was really short. It was just a huge spot fest between Carnage and Dan Marcos. Gerald Clark vs. Azrieal was fun, just a little too short, in my opinion. Reyes and Jay Lethal was probably Ricky Reyes' best match ever. 3 stars. I've never seen him have a better match than this. I am not kidding. Someone, please prove me a better singles match he had than this. Because I thought this was great. Rave and Puma vs. Aries and Roderick was good. Joe and Daniels was a good main event, not a great main event. Cabana and McGuinness was great. This probably should have main evented the show in hindsight. I mean, I know it wouldn't have made much sense because they weren't really main eventers, but I just thought Joe Daniels came off a little lame. But Cabana and McGuinness is great. Well, close to great to save the show, even though it was only 3 3/4 because it was just so much fun to watch. Really enjoyed it. It was a Soccer Riots match. Cabana comes on in a soccer outfit. It's basically a street fight, but it's fun. You know, it's not like amazing, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. Now here comes my rant. I really do not like how Ring of Honor treated James Gibson's first title reign. They did this whole thing at Punk the Final Chapter where Spanky turned on James Gibson, and Spanky wanted a match against Gibson, but Homicide had a scheduled match because it was in New York. The show was in Jersey, so it would have a... Was it in Jersey? Yeah, it was in Jersey, so it would have a heavy New York fan base. And obviously, Homicide, as you all know, is from New York. So they wanted to throw Homicide in here, and in the triple threat, they had a Homicide get disqualified, and Spanky fake an injury. And then Gibson challenged Spanky later in the night because he wanted to give the fans a true win, and he and Spanky just kind of had an average match where Spanky turned out to be faking the injury. Why would you fake the injury? Homicide had just been eliminated. You had James Gibson all to yourself. All you did was throw away your title shot for another chance, which is stupid. Stupid! I guess he had to reveal himself because he thought his match with Gibson would be the only title shot he had left. Really, they should have just done, and the crowd kept chanting Homicide throughout the Gibson-Spanky match. It just made them look bad. Gibson and Homicide should have had a match. It could have been really good. You could have done the Spanky turn at the next show, and then give Gibson another title defense, and he and Spanky give them like 20, 30 minutes and let them go all balls to the wall. 4 1/4 star match. I do believe they could put on. This is just pathetic. You know, I really think that if they just given Gibson and Spanky a one-on-one straight match, this would have been excellent. But we had 2 good matches, not great matches. And like I said, the crowd was heavily behind Homicide. I think if you never put him in the match in the first place, the crowd wouldn't have minded. Why did he have to be here? He really ruined the whole thing. I know I'm complaining about something that happened in the past, but it really bothered me because James Gibson's title reign, this was the bulk of it. He had 2 defenses, this and the other one. If he had more, I wouldn't be so mad. But his title reign fucking sucked because of this in his 2 matches. I really think him and Spanky should have just had like a 40-something minute match. It really makes me feel bad because it's kind of like Gibson's legacy in Ring of Honor. He had a great year in 05, but then once he won the title, like, no one cared about him. Whatever. And you should have had the main event too, if you're going to give Gibson Spanky. I would give this a 7.25, though. I would suggest looking at it, but don't pay too much money for it. Bigrat310, I'm not going to see it.